We are back after a conversation with Xbox Live. It really was a product of its time, you're right. Let's get into more MSQ. We're swapping over to Gunbreaker for now because I'm actually lower level than my Reaper with this, but I can also do Shadowbringers content with it. I do have to say, I have to agree with a comment on Omega Savage's OST. Zodiark in 6.0 better go hard. His OST better go harder than Omega. Ahmed, please tell me if you know if that hole might lead out of the woods somewhere. Right, because Y'shtola fell down with Ranjit. And the means of exiting the temple, there's no question that we... excuse me. Were there other means of exiting the temple? There's no question that we would know of it. There's little consequence for we have tried to mark the depth of the pit and failed. Fall from such a height. We had an Animal Crossing anime. There was one back in the day. Sister, I'm bearing news.
Was there?
Yeah, there's an Animal Crossing anime. Go look it up. I guess I'll send you a video from Rocket Elijah. Been watching him recently.
I could just...
Eulmoran soldiers and the children have fled Ixmaya. Abandoned Slitherbow as well, though they have yet remained in the swamps near Lakeland. Unfortunately, a number of the Blessed were poisoned while fending off the soldiers. One we believed of their order was found lost in Ixmaya, feverish and badly wounded. He is taken to Fenno for treatment, but it feels little we can do for him. He and the Blessed will not last long without an antidote. Ah, you mean this bottle. Then we must act quickly. If you have a spare vial, Ophelia and I can deliver it to the Blessed Slitherbow. You and Orianja should follow Fenno and tend to the wounded villager there. What about Y'shtola? I know it seems Callus was to leave, but she left into that hole for a reason. We have to save the Blessed, whatever it takes. My sister and I will remain here. We must be certain that no soldiers are still lurking about. Cub, let Y'shtola's sacrifice not be in vain. To Fenno. It's not possible. I think you're on a different server or data center if you're on Xbox. You have to manually go over to Crystal Diabolos.
Oh, yeah, no, we've already gone over that in this Discord. Yeah, no, they're going to have to server transfer, and we don't know if they can do that on the trial.
I mean, that's honestly a good thing to point out as well, because trial accounts, right? Like, I mean, the reason why they do some of that is to prevent, like, market manipulation and server issues and stuff, right? Especially if a bunch of people make trial accounts, but they're high population servers like Diabolos or Balmung, and it could potentially cause issues. Like, I understand why they do it. You're on that now. I am in an area you do not have access to then. Not right now, at least. Actually, you can't access it on a free trial account now that I think about it. Heavens for Fenrinar. 'Twas he who followed the Eulmoran's procession, and in so doing, afforded the time to traverse the temple. Quickly, the antidote. I mean, I can come back in a bit, but I'm doing some main story stuff. Runar still appears visibly pained. Perhaps he requires another dose of medicine. You have to get to the point where you are able to access this. Like we can't like drive you or fly you here. Like this is actually story gated. You take effects of the colors slowly creep back into his cheeks. Note a pair, the worst hath passed. Though his wounds yet want for mending, I shall minister him forthwith. I love they just disappeared for a second. Rescue Prithee, she will attend to Runar's ministrations. Like, it's possible if you're in a zone you can get to, right? Like, if you go to the area that Stormblood starts in, right? You can get flown over to the 68 area. You can, but like the last area is locked behind main story quest progression. This is locked, but you can't even access this area until Shadowbringers. Retrial ends just before this expansion. It goes through Stormblood, which is a massive ton of content in its own right. So you have A Realm Reborn, which is the base game.
Runa, Thank
A Realm
goodness.
Reborn post, Heavensward post, Stormblood post.
We delivered the antidotes to Slitherbow, and from what we could gather on the way here, the Eulmorans have had the good manners to withdraw. Thank the gods they did. We would never have made it here in time. I'm told we have Runar and his comrades to thank for keeping the soldiers occupied prior to their retreat. They were preparing to come for you and Y'shtolites.
I should really start reading what's in things that I buy.
Yeah.
Them out of Slitherbow.
Why this time?
I bought a salad.
Yeah.
It's full of pain apples.
Amazing.
Oh, fucking radishes.
Where am I?
Ixmire, in the care of the Vis. Thou art safe now, friend. Pray, rest thee a while longer.
No. No, I am all right. Somewhat heavy of limb, perhaps, but otherwise well, I assure you. I am glad to see you are all safe. When we realized where the soldiers were headed, we knew something had to be done.
Yeah, I remember the entire Y'shtola setup in post
Do
Heavensward.
not see Master Matoya. She was with you, yes? What happened to her?
I'm curious if she used flow again or not. I want to see how this goes. The Omega chess piece just goes hard.
Spare me your riddles and speak plain. Where is Master Matoya? No. No. No, that cannot be. Why would she do such a thing? Was there no other way? I cannot believe that she... We must begin the search immediately. I will come with you. What are you waiting for? We must find her. She could be trapped, or hurt, or... She is alive. She is alive, damn you!
This is really rough for him.
Yes.
Forgive me for interrupting, but our scouts have apprehended an intruder. We thought perhaps he might be an associate of yours.
Oh no, it's gonna be what's his face, Emmett. Now he just did that for the fun of it. He didn't have to get caught. He could have just teleported in. He did this just for the fun of it.
He's bored.
Yeah,
Oh, look who it is.
exactly.
Well, this is embarrassing. In my defense, they are surprisingly tenacious.
You're telling me if you were an ageless life form, you wouldn't just do this for the
Oh,
fun?
100% would.
So,
Yeah.
what trouble have you gotten yourselves into this time? Well, well. What an intriguing turn of events. My condolences, by the way. 'Tis never easy to lose the ones we love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she is dead, isn't she? Wishing it were otherwise will not make it so.
That you should be indifferent to her loss is no surprise. But to us, she was a friend. The best of friends.
Tancred also has that real animosity because of La Brea.
What, being possessed?
Yeah, just being a puppet the entirety of that section of the story.
You have something on your mind. What is it?
Because she got out of a situation one time already. Like, it's not impossible that she could have just like warped out of another situation entirely.
Again, that which thou witnessed in the ruins.
Well, you gotta remember, you have to channel flow. And we don't actually know how deep that hole was.
No.
Maybe they're just stupid.
Essentially.
Flow.
See, there it is. Stoll's about to go 2-2. 2 for 2.
Teleportation magic she used to spirit us away from Uldar after the bloody banquet. I recall a similar gale in the tunnel before it took effect.
Interesting. I thought I sensed a brief disturbance in the live stream. How reassuring to know it was not.
She's gonna do the Death Note thing, having her lifespan again.
What bullshit magic she gets this time?
Yeah. We never got a conclusion on that either with Misa, actually, now I think about it.
Which would suggest she is still adrift on its current.
Y'shtola did it again, is now trapped again. Help step Scion, I'm stuck.
Did we not have a conclusion with Misa and Death Note?
No.
Lost to us.
She did.
For it was only
No?
by the grace of the elementals that she was
I thought she got
plucked from
taken
that
into custody
great
because she never actually, like... Well, hold up, because I got through the L arc. I know the Nier and Mellow arc ended with Light Yagami, what's-his-face, getting caught, Light being revealed for what he is, and then getting absolutely just turned into Swiss cheese, and then Ryuk writing his name in the
show
Death
ends.
Note. Yeah, but we never get any, like... Because Misa also had the Death Eyes. Like, her lifespan got halved for that. So we never actually got to, like, understand where she went, as far as I'm aware.
I think the assumption is she's dead.
It could very well be.
Just like that anime.
Weren't they trying to bring it back or something like that? I thought they were trying to do like a Death Note reboot or something.
I don't know. They made a live action nobody watched, and the people that did kind of went and killed themselves. So
Ah, very well. I'll go and fetch her.
it's just that bad.
I love that he could just do this. This is also going to earn him a lot of brownie
Perhaps
points.
A clear and unambiguous act of kindness will serve to win the trust you seem so determined to deny me.
Oh, Prokina, how about you? She has lives to spare. I mean, I guess that's fair. You. Tell me the things. Then to fetch for you requires suitable place to work. We must find somewhere that resonates strong with the live stream. And by we, I mean you. And to that, and I give you this ethereal lamp of my own design. Just as you enter into the woods, the brighter the glow, the stronger the location resonates with the live stream. Once you've found a likely spot, all you need to do is whistle. You know how to whistle, don't you? Just put your lips together and... No! No! The artists are gonna just run with that too. No! No!
Kip, it's been 5 years. That ship's...
Oh, God. Well, remember, like, we have, like, Girl DM and stuff that are going through 14 now. So we're seeing
she's done
a re-interest in content. Error marked on your map. Pinpoint the ideal location and call him. Okay, sure. Fine, there you are.
No, y'all just need Jesus.
Just what was it? Jesus? Was Jesus in Friends South Park or King of the Hill? Can't remember. It's been too long.
Both?
Was it? Was there?
Jesus and friends?
Yeah, I thought that was South Park.
No.
They both had Jesus.
They had well, no, Jesus and Friends as the like name of something, as the name of a show within the show. I thought that was South Park, but it might be King of the Hill.
It was a talk show on South Park.
Oh, there, yeah, okay, there it is.
Jesus had a talk show.
God, South Park is different. I should probably turn my fucking enmity gauge off. I'm not in a party.
That's fine. You want to aggro anything anyway, you're too low a level.
Well, I'm 76, which is why, yes, I forgot to explain. I'm swapped over to Gunbreaker. If you're curious, Kip, why are you not using Reaper? Swapped over to Gunbreaker because I'm close enough to level that, and I'm also enjoying tank playstyle. So I figured I'd get some experience with tank. The issue is that my stuff is 70 and 72. That might actually be an issue. Well, I'm close to Tombstone gear anyways, so I'm not super worried.
Definitely a Lahi. That's amazing.
The Lahi is great. It sells this whole place for me, honestly. The memes are strong. It was faintly... It's dim, so it's not that way. Play Lahi. I have not, no. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought Whistle. Somehow I thought Whistle was an emote. That's so strange that it's not. And League of Super Friends from South Park, thank you.
Jesus for the Ninja Star app. Is it Rob Reiner? I don't remember anymore.
Yes, this place should serve well enough.
It was like one of those televangicals.
Might I have a little space? I need to concentrate.
Honestly, the sound and the audio are kind of fighting. I think they should have dimmed down the audio a little bit for this section, but otherwise it's great. Like, they're kind of fighting for each other. Are we going to get a repeat where she's just going to isekai back in, but she's not going to have any clothes? Is this the recurring meme?
Now then, what color was her soul again?
But there's no small child here this time, so it can't happen again.
Ah, there you are.
Snap. He doesn't have to do the snap. He chooses to do that. He chooses to do that for style.
Alright. Emmett is a sassy bitch, and we love him for it.
It would be a shame when plot points take effect. Plot points that I don't know about, but there's no way this ends well.
He's done it. He's brought her back.
Yeah, it is the running meme at this point. Oh, okay, there it is. He had the decency to do that. Take that, Elder Seed Seer.
Given his power to summon clothing.
I mean, it's efficient. I'd do it. 100%.
Stola, are you all right?
What, just be able to snap and summon an outfit?
Yeah, 100%. You kidding me? Just glamour on demand.
Saves so much time.
Yes, though I cannot imagine how. What happened?
Thou didst invoke the power of flow, which thence did usher thy soul unto the life stream.
You're like, oh.
I wanted to save the antidote, and after that... I did something exceedingly reckless, for which you will just have to forgive me.
This is normal. She's just reckless, the character.
She's not Mom Stola yet, so.
Master Matoya, Oh, thank the heavens you're all right. I had nearly given up hope.
Oh boy, Final Fantasy community was eating good with Shadowbringers.
Oh, yeah, no, the community lost their shit with
Please,
this.
Runar, dry your tears. What would the others think if they saw you like
The furry
this?
community has absolutely loved this, I can already tell.
Yeah, but since when is the furry
Did you really
community
think I would
mattered?
go gently into that dark night with so much left undone?
To be fair,
So
They don't
many
get-
mysteries
to be fair,
left
their suits are
unsolved.
multi-thousands of dollars. I have nothing but respect for that. I couldn't do it.
Starts at
Okay.
$1,000.
So are people that soup up their pickup
Is there
trucks, and I don't want them
what you
voting
wish
either.
to say to me? A word of thanks, perhaps?
I don't know. Rev has to deal with those people when they lower their car and they put their wheels out at what is like a 30-degree angle. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, I remember.
Fucking rip off the undercarriage of their truck when they go over a curb.
'Twas he
And lowriders.
I don't
plucked
do a
thee
camera
from the
in my shop.
life stream.
I see. Thank you. Differences notwithstanding, you saved my life, and for that I am grateful. But let us turn our attention to more important matters.
I'm just saying, if I already
Such as
question
the
your life
Katana
choices
Rattle.
based on what you're wearing, I'm gonna immediately
You
assume
had
you're not
better have
financially
explored
responsible.
its depths without me.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're able to afford a $20,000 fursuit. I don't know what you're doing, but you're kind of succeeding.
You're
I think a lot of like the. I think I saw a lot of the things about the furry communities. A lot of them are fucking techies.
Yeah, most of them are like programmers or like engineers.
Yeah.
You know, people that don't go out in public a lot.
Well, I don't go out in public a lot, to be fair.
Well,
I don't
Almas and the others
go out
simply
anymore. There's no one here
possess
locally that
such
does stuff anymore.
uncharacteristically high spirits. Let us return to Fanoff then and discuss the coming expedition.
Most everyone that I used to talk to or we used to talk to has either moved on or just moved out of state. So skinny tires on fat rims to get the stance look. That just seems awful, honestly. See, I was about to comment. Yeah, I see. That's the joke, right? That's the meme. IRL furs are just IRL V or V furs are just IRL VTubers. I mean, yeah, it is a small subsect of people that spend a lot of money on certain aspects and certain looks.
They're also incredibly popular in Japan.
I believe it.
Yeah, they're incredibly popular in Japan. A lot of companies will actually just hire furries outright for advertising purposes.
I mean, it's smart. They don't have to pay the costuming cost because they already could provide it.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's also because everything in Japan has a mascot.
That's fair. What a touch reunion that was. Fair brought a tear to my eye, but as we both know, such tender moments are nothing, and nothing if not momentary. Before long, they will remember their many differences and return to squabbling. Says the Archbringer of Chaos. Flatter will get you nowhere, my dear, but seriously, we Asians do what we do for the greater good, for the rejoining, that we may sow the seeds of chaos. This man who tends them, he who reaps their bountiful harvest. We're tired of these arguments. If you would kindly refrain from retorting, return to your customary brooding silence. Take it as thanks for rescuing your companion and leave it at that. Mustn't keep your friends waiting. The amount of sass this man has. Well, yeah, everything has its mascot in Japan. Like, remember Mama Shiba, the stupid beans? Mama Shiba, and it's just like, I'm a lima
Did I ever show you
bean.
that last week tonight?
Huh?
Did I ever show you that last week
Probably
tonight?
not.
He actually had an entire episode about Japan and about how every city and everything in Japan has a mascot. Then they made their own mascot and sent it to Japan.
That's perfect. I love it. Just be VTuber. Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, they do share a lot of commonalities with VTubers, so like the Venn diagram overlaps between VTubers and furries. Like, I'm sure if the Scaly community got a whiff of my model, there might be some art.
You're an artist and shit. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Fucking freaks.
I'm gonna put you all through such an ordeal because you know the way to save the nice blessed. Happily, both of you and I, thanks to you. Work here is not yet done. We must make ready to enter the Katana Ravel with the Lightwarden of the sword. Emmett, tell me your secrets. Told you I tired of these inane arguments. Shouldn't you be getting ready to slay the next Lightwarden or something? He is just so sassy. I guess we're getting the next trial super quick then. Oh, the Apple Cat mascot, the drummer thing. Oh my god, yeah. Eulmoran's gone. Your companion now returned. I think it's best you go now so we can regroup. Magic flowing once more through the Great Pyramid of Uxner. The entrance to the Katana Rail should be ready to open. Before we leave Orianja, did you ever anything that may suggest the Lightwarden hides elsewhere? I thought we had a little time before the Eulmoran's most unwelcome arrival. Scoured the nearby environs and spoke once more with one called Corail. Having hearkened to her tale, it was my judgment. The Sin Eater which her late mother did espy was indeed the being we seek, and was most likely residing in the vicinity of Raktika Falls. In the absence of the subsequent sighting, I have no reason to believe our quarry hath sought out new sanctuary, and given considerable difficulty we face in such difficulty facing reaching the falls, we may be certain if hath not been disturbed by man. Then our course is clear. I need him to stop speaking in cursive for at least an expansion. It's not going to happen though. Let's navigate Katana Ravel and make for Raktika Falls. The other another obstacle to be navigated. Katana Ravel is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. Accumulated knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within. Knowledge is throughout yours, allies of Ronka, and you are welcome to explore. Survey each and every ailment once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he'd be overjoyed to hear you say so. I must warn you though, the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. Zero trespasses and test the worth of our allies, it had to be so. Be careful in there. Nod. At east, we will find a path as there are flowers leading through Ravel. He passes through its halls. Differing formulas, your cook is way too strong. I mean, most everything is preference, right? Give me 1 second to actually respond to that. Master Bertoya, I know I cannot dissuade you from going, so please promise you will return safe to the Knights Blessed need you. Need not worry, Renar shall return, and I'll bring with me a long-awaited gift. One Knight's Blessed will treasure now and forevermore. Now let us away. Lookshame bringeth all the... Oh my god. I saw that. Please do not Uriange that meme. That is rough. But I kind of approve.
No. Uriange that meme.
No, do not. No, I mean a lot of things are preference, right? Like I did in the latest Brandon Herrera gun reaction video that I did. It's like some people will tell you that, like, you know, oh, well, a Springfield is better than a Glock, or that a Beretta is trash, and that you need to get a like a SIG, right? A lot of that can be just preference, and a lot of it can be people's personal experiences. Preferences aren't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, but some people are also just idiots.
Yeah. I don't know, you're gonna get that. You get that one person that's like, nah, who needs a 1911? I got my high point 45 ACP right here, and that just makes Rev just like, he's the Arthur ball his fist meme.
I have a high point.
But would you say that high point is better than 1911?
I mean, I don't really care. I mean, it's a joke that high points are cheaper.
Fair enough.
That's how Glock started out.
Yeah, but like, point is, people have preferences, people have opinions, and it's like, eh.
That's also how Ruger started out.
Uriange's English VA read it out. Oh my god, please. Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Uriange's VA is a fucking meme lord.
I love it. This gives me life.
I think he's also read 50 Gray on stream.
Of course he has.
Yeah.
I figured I need to just focus on 14 content at this point. Like, at this point, I do enough of it. Make some just Battlemaid videos. I do like Battlemaid, though. Like, I adore her.
She's on Helldive right now, and it's hilarious.
I don't know what you guys are going in as. I'm under leveled with gear, so I have to swap over to warrior.
Okay, now I don't feel bad. I stepped on the cat for a moment.
Cat probably deserved it.
Oh, he definitely would have, but it wasn't a cat.
All right, I'm assuming you all want in. I'm assuming someone already has the party created.
Nope.
Nobody has the party created. Okay. So I've been standing here like an idiot this whole time.
Well, it was before you were standing there too, but...
What was it you told me last night? This is why we don't bring you, let you go places without your helmet.
I must have missed that. That must have been the spring.
No, that's when we were playing Hellbringers last night.
Oh, I must have missed that last night. Then again, I
don't know if it was last night or this morning, because last night also turned into like 8 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
it did. God, there were so many.
when I got off.
Yutak is level 35 in this game. I don't know how he did it. Like, it's insane. He's 35.
Play the fucking game.
I told you how.
He said he didn't use the exploit.
Just run. Well, even it's not just it's the mission type. If you just keep running the, and I can't do that because it's boring.
Yeah.
The extermination.
You just keep running the fucking the wave game mode over and over again, where like you spawn the small arena and you just eliminate waves.
Yeah, so you're just doing like sheer number of runs at that point.
Yeah, and that's what everyone was doing back when you were able to clone the Stratagen, so you're able to like pull 4 mortars per person.
Apparently, it's also still really effective. You just have a mortar, an EMS mortar, a Gatling turret, and then like your person.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Tamsin.
That's there's like 50 YouTube videos on that shit.
Yeah, it's also all over TikTok right now.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Ronkin Dreamer. Oh no.
He did the same thing in Faz when there was the exploit on Campground.
Oh, I forgot. There's actually has mechanics. Oops.
That's interesting. A mini boss. I was standing in the exact right place. Okay. That's actually kind of cool. I was not expecting this to be this cool, actually. Damn it, I don't get my primal rend until 90. Oh, that's unfortunate.
We get good.
Well, I mean,
we'll find some mortars.
It's mostly that like I'm way outside of my level bracket. I'm already max level on a couple of my classes, just because I play an MMO like it's a full-time job. What do you mean? What do you mean? You do it.
I don't.
Yes, you did. You grinded how many jobs to 90 in the past month or few months, I guess.
Past month, 0.
Don't you lie to me. Don't you gaslight me.
No, well, Dark Knight, but that's it.
We don't need to gaslight you because you're apparently doing it to yourself.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
I can gaslight myself just fine, thank you.
That was before Christmas. I was on my class grind, and then I did like 7 classes in the course of a month.
Is there any other polls? Yes, there is. I'm pulling the Genshin cube.
Okay.
I don't know how hard these are gonna hit, so I'm just gonna go pull wide. This should be the end of the poll? No, it's not.
I wouldn't pull too much further ahead.
Nah, we can do it. You're healing. We can do it.
I'm not healing.
What do you mean you're not healing?
I'm DPS.
Damn it. But if you're DPS, how are you going to rescue me?
I tell Russian to pull you into danger, and he does it.
My God. You're not wrong.
It's almost as if I have a group of people who will definitely conspire against you with me.
Exactly, and this is why Endwalker Savages are going to be so much fun. I am very curious about T, though. We raided a VTuber last night, and they were doing Heaven's Ward's Ultimate. They were doing Epic Alexander. And it was Race Vulgar, and it kept swapping back and forth between bosses. That shit looks amazing, and I can't wait.
Welcome to Ultimates.
Yeah, I didn't watch too much of it because I'm I should probably not watch this if I want the full experience.
No, they're just Uber boss rushes.
It was super cool. I'm excited for them.
Dragon Song retells some stuff.
That's super cool, actually. You were in an Overwatch match with the dude named Only Tank who was playing a DPS. That roll queue, though. That's my biggest thing. So, I went down to Kitsu's stream and I asked Kitsu. Apparently, the hitbox changes don't really affect much. At least according to her.
They added Mercy's fucking pistol is ridiculous.
It's always been ridiculous. I mean, it was pretty underpowered at the beginning.
Shoot up 6 feet in front of people and it's considered a headshot. Mercy's pistol, her little pea shooter, has a larger blast radius than Pharah missiles do.
That's kind of amazing, actually. Like, they just need to make the game not competitive and just make it a shitpost again. It'll be fine.
Well, you just don't play competitive.
Yeah. I mean,
But you also just don't play the
I
game.
don't really care about competitive in Overwatch. I've always played it for the fun factor.
I have, like... I like the first one, too, just got rid of any real incentive to play.
Yeah.
I'm not buying $30 skins that used to be free.
Yeah. No, I'm for that.
Especially when they're literally taking 3 seasons to balance one champion. It's just not worth it. They have no respect for the player's time.
For how meme this music was.
What's the amount of cheaters used to run into a plane?
I don't
It was
know. I don't know.
bad.
Oh, fucking. Speaking of cheaters, fucking Helldivers had an incident earlier today.
Oh no.
There's a couple on Helldivers. I've seen them.
Yeah, no, the ultra fast autocannon is apparently a thing right now with the hackers, which is, I find hilarious because it's a co-op PvE game.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. Like, they're using the Liberator, like the fucking assault rifle, and shooting autocannon bullets.
Yeah.
I've seen one where a guy literally has a gun that shoots mortar bullets, and he just stands in a place and just starts shooting. There's mortar rounds popping everywhere.
Still better than most modern AAA games. Probably better than Call of Duty. I feel like I hate on Call of Duty a lot. It's not even that I hate Call of Duty. I'll go back and play like old Modern Warfare 2 regularly. Like, I don't...
All these birds to hate on.
Like, it's one, the newer games, but two, just stupid business decisions that I generally kind of just hate on. I'm like barely taking damage. This is blowing my mind.
That's what happens when your first priority is profit over player retention.
Yeah.
Because they don't care if they lose players, as long as the people that are there are still dropping money.
Yeah.
Not the Ronkin statue? No, these don't look like serpents. I feel cheated. Give me my Vuln stack, damn you. Like, Vuln snack. My beloved.
I don't know where you got this idea that the Rockins were all snakes.
I did tiny one that goes scree. I love him.
Yeah, you're just being racist.
I thought they worshipped a snake. I thought that was the joke. I thought that was the story. Wow.
No, you're just a big.
Wow. What's the Michael Jackson South Park meme? Nah, you're just being ignorant.
No, you're not being ignorant. You're being a bigot. I'm a difference.
You're just ignorant.
All snakes look alike to you, huh?
Yeah. These snakes look the same as the Ronkin snake to you, kid. These anacondas. I also hate the meme of this fucking, or the pun on this enemy. It's an acrobat.
No, motherfucker!
Yeah.
I dare you. You call him a scaleback, and you see what happens.
On principle, because I don't know what else that refers to. I'm not.
Oh man.
I'm gonna cancel you.
I cancel him.
Hey, joke's on you. You can't cancel me if I cancel myself.
Flash Kid is racist to snakes. Yes, the lizard is fucking racist against other reptiles.
Look at these snakes. They don't even have arms, says the dragon.
You just assume the limb gender of that creature.
Fuck.
Yeah, how do you know it's not a legless lizard, kid?
Actually, those do exist.
They do. I had one as a pet, and he was my best friend. I had named him Solid.
Dude, just chill.
Because I thought he was a snake. I found him.
Dude, just being chill. The Ronka pet. I can get the Ronka pet now, but don't have to do the. I have to do the tribal quest, right?
Yeah. Well, you can get the base one just doing the blue quest leading up to it.
How many quests are we talking?
A lot.
Then I will not do that right now.
I say a lot. It's only like 7.
I just do that off stream. Unless people really want me to watch the snake.
No. There is a very meaningful moment that you are doing it. Let me know. I'll tell you when to start recording.
Alright.
So you can have the clip.
Should probably stop eating hits. Probably actually play the game.
No, eat them. They're hungry. Eat hits.
Honestly, these iguanas hit really hard. Like, it's kind of like the stupid ice sprites in Stone Vigil. They just hit like trucks for no reason.
Yes.
That's why the death pull at the end is the hardest pull in that entire dungeon. Just because the ice sprites hit like trucks on top of dragons screaming at you. Servants with hats, but the side. Yeah, so I got to do the side quest at some point. And I do know about Behatted Serpent Aranka. That is definitely something I'm gonna get. That is just a.
I like.
That is a bat. That's just an evil. That's just literally World of Darkness's boss reskinned as a bat.
I mean, it's Bat Squatch. What do you expect?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting anymore, honestly.
Do you really expect every enemy to have a unique model?
Apparently, but then I remember I'm playing an MMO. Sometimes that just doesn't really work.
40 variants of boot.
Don't you talk?
I think in the Endwalker we got that new boot.
Don't talk shit about boot.
Dude, I need a comprehensive fucking video that'll never see the light of day about boots.
Do it. Fucking you won't. You won't make a 2-hour video on boots.
Oh no, that video is like 2.5 hours long. Already.
Do it. Coward.
It will never see the light of day because that audio quality is garbage.
Well, then you get better audio quality and do it over again. Like if somebody was like, Kip, I want to hear you talk about Final Fantasy 14 for like 4 hours. What do you want to hear? I'll do it. I will talk for 4 hours, and we'll see what that retention's like.
Drop off after the first 5 minutes.
I'll start sending you my scripts, and you can spread them out.
Are you just using me as your mouthpiece now? Just like, motherfucker, you already have this audio mic quality.
Well, you can finally get around to paying me.
That's the one. Rev, what do I pay for? You don't!
If we start paying me, I'll start doing my mod work. I'm supposed
That's
to.
the one. Nah, it's just chill fun times. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I feel like I've gotten better at tanking because this is not uber challenging to me.
All I know is you don't pay your mods nearly enough for all the furry porn, and they have to wade through while moderating your
Exactly.
shit.
It's a hazard to their health.
So much. Oh no. Me and Doc did have a long conversation.
This doesn't surprise me, honestly.
Yeah.
This surprises me none. I want you to know.
I don't care.
4 hour talk about tails? No! I will not talk about Auras for 4 hours. No one wants to hear that. What did you think of the Zamorak thing I sent you? Because that was like Protox is a big RuneScape creator. That was like an official RuneScape upload for Day 1 Zamorak. Like, I feel that could work for 14. Like, hey, I hear you're looking at taking on Bat Squatch in 60 seconds. Well, you like the dungeon, right? This is your pole. This is the wall. You have this amount. Watch the lasers. I feel it could work. It's not going to be the most like catchy clickbaity thing, but I feel it could be a neat little series of just like shorts. Because I'll actually still reference that when I go fight Zamorak in RuneScape of just like whatever the I think it was like 3, 1, 5, 7. I can't remember what it was. The order was, but it's neat. Just kind of like a pocket guide for like, hey, I haven't done Stone Vigil hard in forever, says Rev. Oh, there's a short for that.
I'm going to recommend do not pull this to the wall.
Do not pull this to the wall?
Do not pull this to the wall. 1 or 2 groups.
Alright. Monkey is hitting really hard, it looks like, so yeah.
There's a lot of monkeys here, and they hit very hard.
I'll pull here, up to the coffer.
Especially since the monkey's on the side first of those.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw they were throwing stuff and that we can't actually hit them. So I figured it'd be better just to stop here. For our Kip Talk video. I mean, like, that's the thing, is mostly it's like, I mean, if people, because I'm always so like caught up on being a perfectionist, but really it's like people make opinion videos all the time. People make videos all the time, and they don't really like, they make it, they do just fine. So it's a matter of stop doing overworking myself, just start doing stuff that is funny and cool.
If people want the 4-hour Kip Talk, just haven't talked about the Silmarillion for 4 hours.
I could do that. I could talk about Lord of the Rings for 4 hours easy, 100%.
I wasn't making a joke.
Exactly. Like, it's like, this is not a joke. This is a threat. Kip, what could you possibly talk about for 4 hours? Well, have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Hiru Iluvatar? Tell you about Iluvatar. Just like goes on about like Iluvatar going into the fall of Melkor, turning into Morgoth, Fëanor, relevance of Fëanor even in the Third Age. We already have hours of content right there. Monkey.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, Tom Bombadil?
We don't talk about Tom Bombadil. Well, we do talk about Tom Bombadil, but there's a reason he was cut from the films. Like, it just, the pacing wouldn't have been there. Your average theater audience would not have taken to Tom Bombadil or the Barrow Downs. It would have been too much of an in-between. It's like...
Yeah, it would add like 2 runtime.
It's like... Well, I mean, to be fair, there are people that like me that would watch a 7-hour extended edition if they did a bunch of shit with that. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Hey, Fellowship of the Ring is now 7 hours. Kip, oh boy, guess what we're watching tonight?
Oh boy, I know what my Sunday is. Fuck Destiny Race this week. I'm watching Lord of the Rings 7-hour edition.
I got my Root of Nightmares this Sunday. I want to run it just because I want to
I know.
just do jank. But other than that, it's just like, I don't know. I've been itching to watch Star Wars Lord of the Rings the past 2 weeks. Just haven't been able to bring myself to do it. Oh.
I was going to do the entire series. Probably next. I might do it tomorrow.
I thought you already watched it. I thought that were your shit posting Hobbit memes.
No. I just shit post Hobbit memes because I'm a Hobbit at heart.
You're actually just a pre-World War I British dude from the countryside.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you say so.
My accent doesn't show. I'm Scottish.
Well, I mean, that's like you look at how like the Hobbits dress and stuff. I mean, it's like 100% just like British dude from the countryside pre-World War I. That's like the entire commentary in regards to coming back from the war, coming off the War of the Ring, coming back from, you know, Ring Mount Doom shenanigans, coming back, seeing the Scouring of the Shire, and even in the films, right, where you see them at the Green Dragon, and you compare it to how they were in Fellowship, and they don't belong. They can't cope with civilian life again. They've gone through too much, seen too much, and while everyone else is the same, they're inherently different. Like, that's kind of the beauty of the ending. Well, I guess the 7 endings. Right? They had so many epilogues for Return of the King. Oh yeah, when it comes down to the ending, it's not the actual ending. There's like 7 epilogues to Return of the King. It has to wrap up a lot of plot points.
I'm completely blanking on a character's name right now, but this is the entire point where Frodo never says a specific character's name, even in the epilogue.
Legolas. Yeah, him and Legolas don't have any. That's a baboon. They don't have any like conversations in the movies. It's wild.
No, they're kind of just like.
I don't know enough about swords to do what Scalgrim does.
Well, you know what?
I couldn't do it.
It's not his fault Orlando Bloom hates small people.
Well, Legolas. Here's the thing: is that, and like when you watch it, like reading, it's a different experience. One of the Tolkien channels recently pointed out that Legolas in the books was so different than the movies. And like, so in the movies, he's you've seen kind of the memes, how he's kind of this stoic, like, character, right? He's a man of very little words, right? Okay, he is just Cerberus reskinned. Okay, interesting. But like in the books and stuff, Tolkien literally talks about how like he has a gay laugh, gay in the concept of like mirthful, happy, that joyful, right? Like, he literally makes reference to how emotional Legolas is. And so it's just, like, the movies are just so different in that aspect. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. The movies and the books do different things. Not inhale. Oh no. Not the arrows! Can you actually...
Alright, you figured out the mechanic.
Can you actually get ledged?
No, it's just don't be pushing it, agreeing.
Oldest person in Middle Earth by the end of Return of the King. It's not Glad. Okay, like that's kind of a weird one to answer though. Actually, I know who. It's probably Tyrdan the Shipwright. Actually, he is one of the oldest of the Noldorim, one of the High Elves. Like he is so old as an elf. He literally has facial hair. You know how old you have to be to get to that point? Because Galadriel was definitely War of Wrath, but I think Círdan is older than her. And even then, are we talking like mortal beings? Are we talking immortal beings? Do we count that technically Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, technically Sauron even existed technically before the world even existed? Do we count that? Because that's an entire thing in itself. Because yeah, there were beings that existed before the before time even existed. So do we count that?
The primordials.
I mean, effectively, yeah. It's just Eru and his the concept there being Eru being Tolkien's god, if you were, and he's saying existence into being with all of the other lesser, the angels, quote unquote, right? The Maiar and the Valar, which you can go with kind of like a monotheistic approach to that as well, like gods and like lesser gods, that kind of thing. And that's the whole thing, is why Discord exists in the world, is because Melkor was like, nah, Eru ain't shit. I'm gonna go try and fight him, and it just plays right into his hands. Effectively the whole God Satan parallel, right? Like, well, I can do, you know, anything he can but better, and just playing into Eru's machinations anyways. Yeah, there's a whole... It's less fiction, someone stated. It's less fiction and more an entire, like, mythos that Tolkien created. Oldest living being. My money's on Círdan. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's Círdan the Shipwright.
I can't wait for fucking Bungie to take that entire thing you just explained, fucking turn it into the final shape, because that is pretty much what you just described with the fucking Witness and the Traveler.
But that's not what they are. The Witness is a collective of... So that's different. Because the Witness is a collective of an entire population that wants the world to become gray and unending, effectively, to become perfect by their definition. And they all kind of just did this ritualistic shenaniganry to kind of fuse into a single being. It's nothing alike.
I was more going with when everyone was saying the Witness and the Traveler were like the Gardener or whatever, which at this point is not.
It's not, no. Well, I think the Gardener is still the Traveler, but we don't. I think no, it's the Winnower is the. Oh, thanks, I get all the crap. The Winnower is the Veil. Yeah, we have confirmation of that.
Oh, that is so fucking stupid.
If you don't believe me, go look it up.
That is so fucking stupid. That cannot be real. Because it made it seem like the Winnower was like a sentient being, not like a fucking portal.
It's the Veil isn't just a portal, though. It is... I don't remember. Someone in chat fact check me. The Traveler and the Veil are the Gardener and the Winnower. Someone that knows it. Arwen is not old at all. She came into being, God. War of Wrath was first age. She would have had to come into the second age.
The ancient race discovered the Winnower while studying the Veil.
I thought it was the one of the
This
same.
race termed the darkness as the Winnower. So just the darkness in general is the Winnower.
Rev needs a drink.
I'm so tired of fucking Destiny. Destiny is going to lead me back to alcoholism. I don't even play the fucking game anymore.
You're welcome. We are becoming super Asian more and more. It's the conduit of consciousness, yeah, where the light is the physical and material, the darkness is the immaterial.
The Lightwarden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been
And then I mean,
answered.
in the weekly quest, it talks about how like our consciousnesses, the veil shifts and changes, and that's why it was so hard to make a portal out of it.
That they have. Her condition yet troubleth thee.
Y'shtola, it's rude to stare.
It does. Though she shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. She must be told.
Exarch is in fact the final shape.
Would you describe it to me, Urianger? Paint for me a picture with your words.
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
The soccer pat.
Well fought. Let us return home.
You're gonna tell me about what you were literally talking about? You know, Y'shtola, it's rude to talk about people behind their backs. It's rude to stare.
The murals. If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
Reason, thank you for the resub. Yeah, it's been 4 months. It's been awesome. Thank you for being
How
here.
can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments. But whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
Dropkick, I saw it.
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
But you can teleport.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour?
It's gonna be Emmett Selk that's gonna actually be like, have you told her? And then it's gonna, oh my god, this is gonna be great, if so.
Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
You're plotting something.
Every hour of every day. Never you mind about that.
Yeah.
As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing.
I love how he's just not even gonna dismiss it. Just like, I plot literally. This is what I do. Your point?
Well, I would quit this place, and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
Is this Heidelin and Zodiac?
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Then share with us the stories you know so well. We are listening.
No. Oh, he is? Okay.
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity. Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest.
Okay, so a primal.
Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Mm-hmm.
Zodiac.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn, she who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided. That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
Probably.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But...
What? Not gods of the first? Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? Or... Oh.
The O.
They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion.
Yeah. Summoned by a primal.
The eldest and most powerful.
Yeah.
Of prime.
This makes sense.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Because they are immortal. Probably were there.
Finally you ask the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac. We natives of that sundered paradise.
They're effectively the older warriors of light in a capacity.
Now, do you see why we yearn for the great rejoining? For our world, for our people, for all creation to be made whole again. Wouldn't you wish for the same?
I mean, no, it makes sense. Like that, the story reveal makes a lot of sense. That this is about right. Planning experience, though not in the way I had hoped. Do you suppose there's any truth to Emmett Selk's claims? Though recent events plainly warrant further discussion, I think it's best that we wait until Alphino and the others are present. Selk concluded, how convenient it would be that we choose this moment to keep in the shadows. Well, no matter for the present, we should return to fan out and make certain the Eulmoran's withdraw. After that, Slitherbow, the Blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky.
I might be reading into something a little backwards. Seeing how, you know, Emmett and Heidelin are on opposing sides is what it's saying with where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
So if you think back to like Revibara and I guess Heaven's Word, a lot of the time whenever you do something, you get your nice here for the thing. And then, you know, Emmett's whole thing, which is the opposite of look, learn, remember. Could be thinking into something a little different, but, you know.
I'd have to dig into it, honestly. Thank you, Quinini. I really appreciate that. I like my glams.
It's just a me brain thing.
Well, and that's why sometimes going back through it, or sometimes like going through and like, oh, have you considered this? Like that's I like doing that. So it's why I'll play games multiple times, watch multiple series multiple times. The bug music is great. I do adore Omega. It's probably probably my favorite mount in the game so far.
I like my hippo because I can throw smoke bombs at people.
Why would you do that?
Can't see them because you have player effects turned off.
Yeah, I do. I have it limited because I was tired of getting blinded by pants like just glaring everything. I was getting actual retina damage at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, Pants is a glare mage. What do you expect?
This is fair. It's just glare mages doing glare mage things. Need bug. I mean, it sits O12S. I mean, I try to run it every now and again if people need mount. Return to unharm, I see. Indeed, I'm pleased to report that the Lightwarden is no more, thanks in large part to you. Death of a single Saint Leader should make such a difference. The numbers wane, so too did our hope that the ruins have devoted their lives and guarding would ever find a purpose. And now that here you are, Alice, for whom I have waited these many centuries. Arrival came by the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. Then it would have been reward enough. Never to imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. Yeah, it's From the Heavens. It's such a good track. On behalf of these our forebears and late Emperor of Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. Those of you who should be thanking our journey through the Kitana Revel proved most enlightening. We proved such knowledge is an honor, one which we never hoped. Please, you need not be so humble. But do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that be that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person? Sister, does this not mean that our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. As long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of Ronka must not fall into the wrong hands. Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbough shortly after you said, if you would return to the Knight's Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Yeah, have a good night, Wolf. Thank you, Amit. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ronka. We'll await your return then. Ugh. Yeah, you're all the way in Slitherbow. Gonna TP over there. I gotta get at my rested gauge again, my rested bar. I'm kind of trying to push some of the 50s on gatherers.
So I've noticed your rested bar is currently empty.
Yeah, it's currently non-existent because I got like 30 levels yesterday.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Eulmoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes.
Amazing.
The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering.
Rookie numbers, they are. I could have gone harder.
When the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered. that we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right.
Oh no.
You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
I suppose you're not entirely
I mean,
wrong.
I can see where you can think of
But we are
Khajiit.
not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
But for faster leveling, I
will
don't.
do as you say, but please, let us at least hold a feast to
No,
celebrate
because
your victory.
I don't
You
feel like
deserve
wasting
that much.
seals.
If when the FC gets bigger, absolutely we can pop some of that more consistently.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there's still much to be done and scant time in which to do it.
Pop them 9% of the
Did you
time.
send your submarines out?
Yeah, I did
We
it when I
must
got
go.
over.
All of us.
We have 2 submarines and 1 airship.
For we share the same path and the same
Why don't we have
fate.
7 subs? Huh?
Because it limits how many subs we can
Damn. See a link shell. We have a link shell, right? Probably did.
have. I think we do, maybe.
So be
I know
it.
we have an FC chat.
I ask only that you hold us in your hearts,
Because why would I when we have
as
a
we will
Discord?
hold you in ours. Now and ever after. By the boundless dark. This I swear.
I'm not good at speedrunning, but I mean Resident Evil 5 is a good one. I run through Resident Evil 5 and Dead Space 2 fairly consistently. I'm not fast at it. Like, I'm not record breaking by any means, but I've done them in single streams. Resident Evil 5's turret section, what is it, 2, 3? That always messes me up, especially on like professional. That is an anomaly. Something is bothering your Stola. Yes, you're gonna tell us about the thing. May to leave it's time to return with you and the others to the Crystarium, but before we go, I speak with you in private. I'll wait you in my chambers. Your Stola, please, don't make it weird. Stola, don't make it weird. Golden Retriever energy, he do. I don't know, I'm used to, I don't know. I think I've told Baka this a number of times. We talk about Elder Scrolls a lot. I actually can't stand the Khajiit from Skyrim. I'm hardwired to Khajiit and Argonians on Oblivion. I think they look the best. That is something that will actually get me crucified, though. Myself, and after witnessing your victory falls.
Well, those games don't even represent the Khajiit properly either.
Fair enough. And thus I must share them with you. First we met at Forsgone, your aether has appeared tainted, suffused with an overabundance of light, not unlike the Centimeters. When you defeated the Lightwarden, I feared the light that poured forth from it was not negated by Heideling's breathing, rather it was absorbed into your being. Also, Urianger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain, with every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater perchance than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray and inform me at once. You should hurry before the others begin to worry. Once I've stored my things out here, I will join you. I mean, it could just be Emmett that, if it ends up being an actual taint, it could just be Emmett that, like, actually dispels it. Or we just turn into a light Ascian. I mean, like, there's a number of things that could happen here.
I just had to turn my phone off. I had so many notifications from TikTok.
Yeah. Like, I go on TikTok in bursts. I can't do it all the time.
Oh, no, I made a comment on a video earlier, because we were talking about how, video was talking about how video games are political. And I made the nice comment of, yeah, the Metal Gear Solid series, the most apolitical game in the entire history. There's no politics in Metal Gear Solid.
That's like, I mean, that's...
And I have 600 notifications from TikTok right now.
Amazing. Guitar controller run it is. I could not do that. I could do a Resident Evil 4, probably speedrun. One less like the perimeter, all things considered, Slipper remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those that were poisoned make a full recovery. With Night Sky return, their prayers here at last been answered. I mean, Jim Sterling has a video out on video games being political. Like, Dark Souls is political. Do you light the flame or do you not light the flame? Like, there's whole ramifications behind that decision.
Come on, man, if you don't want to play political video game, just go play New Vegas. There's no politics in it at all.
Hey, don't talk shit about the... What's the casino with the cannibals? Wasn't the White Glove Society?
No, the Lux.
Yeah.
The Lux had White Glove Society.
Yeah, that one.
I was gonna say the Gold Saucer, but then it was like, that's not correct.
Years I've lived with
Which one was
Sid.
the one that was haunted? But that was also a mod. I'm trying to remember. There's a mod that expanded on Prim, so it opened up all the other casinos in Prim, and one of them was like haunted.
Oh,
They only had Buffalo Bills working in Prim in the base
Well,
game.
like Mr. Like, oh, who do you choose? Mr. House. The do you choose House? Do you choose the NCR? Do you say F the NCR? Right? Like that's just politics.
the only correct answer in New Vegas is yes, man.
I hear Yes Man is one of the more fulfilling and satisfying endings.
Well, yeah, it's because fuck the NCR, fuck Legion, fuck Mr. House. I'm running this bitch.
What
now.
about was it the cons? The one where you rebuild the stupid plane for the Badger was talking about?
Those are the boomers.
That one's,
That's the
yeah.
Boomers.
Okay. Yeah, I hear they're good. I hear the boomers are kind of great when you deal with
They're,
faction.
Well,
they're not their own. Well, they are a faction, but they're not a
They
leading
join
faction.
you.
They're a side
Yeah, no, they're a-
faction. It's like the Broheads.
They're a sub faction. Don't they help at Hoover Dam too?
Yeah.
Yes, they're like the
so
Brohead
the
is Steel.
Enclave, though. I prefer
Then-
the Enclave over the Brotherhood.
Forgot about the Enclave remnants.
Yeah, the Enclave did. I like the Enclave in 3 better. Like their power armor.
I like the power armor in New Vegas for the Enclave because it's the Enclave Tesla armor.
All things considered, it's hardly surprising that Alpha and Alsa have yet to arrive. Whereas the Exarch. Friends, it is good to see you again. There he is. Alphino, it has been too long. I assume the presence here means that you've brought word of the warden hiding in your Actica. Homeboy's dead. Cons of the drug dealers, those are the ones. Right. On those sensation.
Yeah, they were the big baddies from, I think it was
Well,
2, wasn't it?
Wars have been.
Powder gangers are just ex-cons, like ex-criminals.
Eulmore has recently dispatched
I've
soldiers to all
got
corners of
numbers
Novrant to defend them. I'm glad to see their efforts.
Cons
Great wood.
were from Fallout 2, and I think they were hunted to extinction, and New Vegas retconned them and brought them back. Which pissed off a lot of the old Fallout fans.
Especially that your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. You're tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take a much needed rest before discussing our findings? Laugh proposed the very same. After your clash with the warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. It is settled in. Reconvene after everyone has had time to settle in. They're very rude. The powder gangers. Yeah, you could say that.
I sided with the powder gangers for a few runs. I like the powder gangers. You get a lot of dynamite.
I see you sneaking.
That's like, speaking of retcons, or not even retcon, but shit people just didn't like in the Fallout series. This one, fucking McCready being in 4 from Little Lamplight. And then,
Fallout just seems to be retcons. It's all Bethesda games are getting just super retconned. Like, there's things from Morrowind. Like, well, what is it? The creation clip for Skyrim pissed a lot of people off because you could wield. Was it Keening or was it Sunder? Which one came to the Creation Club? You could wield it without Wraithguard, which is technically a lore break, but obviously it's
I think
funny
it was
DLC.
Thunder, because Keenan's on the base game.
Yeah. So it had to have been Sunder then. Yeah, so you could wield Sunder without using Wraithguard, which is a Morrowind lore break. But you could also argue it's funny, haha, extra mini paid DLC stuff. But it does break canon if it's the actual Sunder. Unless hitting the Heart of Lorcan at the end of 3 and, dealing with Dagoth stripped it of its power. I don't know if the Tools of Kagrenak would lose their power though.
Well, there's a mod on Skyrim that literally called Tools of Ragnarok that brings all of them into the game, and I think it adds the lore stuff.
I'd honestly install that in a heartbeat.
Well, I have it running, and there's actually a patch to make it compatible with the CC content where it strips a lot of the CC content to make it more lore accurate. They did the same thing with Saints and Seducers.
Yeah.
There's a expansion mod that literally actually brings back Shivering Isles instead of doing the shit quest they give you for Saints and Seducers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it from the outside.
I miss Shivering Isles.
The same as you ever did to me.
We've never seen Jigalag since 4 either. The whole Sheogorath, I guess technically if we're going with the Morrowind pronunciation, Shigorath, the whole Shigorath thing with him being Jigalag, that kind of just got resolved in Shivering Isles, and we haven't really heard of Jigalag since. Like, we know he's a Daedric Prince, like the Daedric Prince of Order, but I don't think we've seen, maybe we've seen him in ESO, but ESO is still debated as if it's canon or not, because we have like tiny Eye of Magnuses in Elder Scrolls Online. So if we consider it canon, we know more about what the Eye of the Eye of Magnus is. But like, even then, we have who's the big writer, the one that is no longer at Bethesda, but because of the stuff he wrote, because of how intimate he is with the source material, they still consider it canon. Like, what's his name? He ended up writing a story about how the Eye of Magnus had like a giant like dwarf robot or something from the future in it.
I forget his name, but every time I see somebody do a write-up on him, I laugh because it always involves him being super high on drugs when he writes the lore.
Dude is actually just inserting himself with scuba.
Like not even making that up. Like he's a addict. He wrote most of the lore for like Morrowind, all that shit, while high on like fucking I don't remember what his drug choice. It was like either PCP or cocaine.
What a Chad.
Probably PCP. I don't really.
How do we make Dragon Breaks make sense? Nah, Dragon Breaks, bro. Just trust me. Oh my god.
Somebody did like a giant write-up on this on Hobby Drama like a year or two ago that I was reading. Like in his separation from Bethesda.
Yes, Kirkbride. I'm pretty sure it's Kirkbride, yeah. He doesn't work at Bethesda anymore, but the early setting up of the universe, he did, right?
Packing up and going home isn't really an option.
Cocaine makes you jittery. You can get really fucking creative on
the music
PCP.
here,
Yeah, you
it'll only
can.
come and find you there.
The irony that it's Ardbert when we're talking about sweet powdery slopes. Something about this just makes sense.
I mean, obviously he enjoys the sweet powdery slopes. You can see how white he is.
That's the one.
Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal.
Major code problems while writing. Yeah.
So, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves
Cranked
to
out
her
so many
will?
books so quickly.
That would make sense, actually. Hold up. The fact that we have the Blessing of Light is just tempering by Hydaelyn. Huh.
No mind. Lies the Ascians stopped.
That would make more sense, actually. So that would lead into a plot point of severing tempering.
They'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare.
But it's also not the same. It could be that that's super interesting, actually.
I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner.
I mean,
And
we
I know
do
damn
exhibit
well
all
I'm in
these
no
side
position
effects
to
of
judge.
tempering, you know, hearing your god in the back of your head.
Yeah. No, that's a cool lore
I saw
drop.
the people of Slitherbow look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark. Felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure.
I think that's the one, Jace, yeah.
After the story.
The story where it's the dwarf giant mech that was from the future, and it's held in a time bubble because it went back in time. And that's what the Eye of Magnus is allegedly, but it's also not a canonically recognized story because it's from Kirkbride, if I understand it correctly.
ESO also added a bunch of stories that don't make sense.
A lot of
lore-wise,
people
like,
just
you
say
know,
fuck
City
CSO.
or-
I almost said CSGO. A lot of people just say fuck ESO.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Clockwork City expansion in ESO made no fucking sense lore-wise because, like, why are the fucking specters of Nocturnal here?
Meanwhile, in
Only
Garland,
Clockwork expansion I accept is the Haunted Tunnels.
Yeah.
are we going to get the next episode, the next epic installment of...
Meanwhile, in Garland
Yeah,
Halls.
of Estinian and... I almost said Raban. What's his name? Gaius. Estinian and Gaius just broing out. The epic bro ventures.
How did you forget your favorite?
I don't know, and now I'm upset at myself, because how did I forget Gaius' name?
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long.
But then they did
I do
have
like
Guardian
Estinian's
reinforcements.
Garlean camouflage.
It's great.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear,
Technically, people don't even know who Gaius is because he was a legatus, so he never showed his face.
to say nothing of
They
Black
show the
Rose.
faces.
I was under the impression the lore was they don't show their faces.
All the more reason to
They
hasten our
can. They
search.
just
How close
don't.
are your
Because
people to
they're almost
identifying our next
constantly in
target?
combat zones.
I guess that's fair.
Why would you take off armor in a
Close
combat
enough.
zone?
though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
I don't know, man. Taking off your
Right,
helmet in a
man.
combat sounds a good
I
way to
would
catch an
say
arrow.
here,
Yeah.
In the capital.
Good way to catch a
Not
sniper
that any
round if you
deserter who valued his life would
think about any
contemplate
of the,
returning. But a corpse
meals
might,
from fucking
given the right
years.
encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host.
Carmine.
So the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game.
Interesting.
Something to consider at any rate. But come, there's work to be done.
He has never worn that armor he's in now until after he's defeated. Right now, yeah, everyone thinks Gaius is dead. Yeah.
They kind of just disappear after the Castrum, explode.
Yeah. He just kind of body was just never found.
These bloodless games make for poor sport.
Hey, how you doing, big boy? A little less thick than last time we saw you.
Father, nay, I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy, my friend.
God, I hope we deal with him
I
before
know not
post.
what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
He even walks the same.
Yeah.
Of course he does. Yes, hi Xenos.
No. See, that's the. See, that whole "my enemy, my friend" line. Like, Xenos could actually just see us as like a friend at this
He
point.
kind of does,
Like,
honestly. That's my
kick the
understanding.
shit out of your friends.
Exactly. How many people go to SCA or HEMA and just beat the shit out of each other with swords? Because we have armor.
Yeah.
So why? Like, why not? This little snip was in the original cutscene. It could have been added. Like Rev remembers, Rev seeing things like Zodiark's mentioned that he didn't remember in Crystals when he first went through.
Apparently, that was always there.
Nah, it's just the stupid what is it? The Bernstein Bear thing. That one.
Bernstein Bears.
Yeah, whatever. What is the effect called? God, I can't remember it. The name of it.
The Mandela.
Thank
effect.
you. Almost could not find the right name. That one, yeah.
Worst part is it is the Bernstein Bears.
What the fuck's Bernstein Bears had to do?
No, it's fuck. It's got the N. It's got the N in it, right? It's Bernstein, right?
Yeah, it's Bernstein Bears. Everyone's always read it as the Bernstein Bears.
Hate it.
Everyone puts there when there's not.
Hate it. Most facilities appear to be advanced among the Crystarium. Emergency measures have been taken as we speak. Rest assured, however, safe songs remain under the Crystal Tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. Nah, I got some stuff. And I feel that way, and I cannot say that your assistance wouldn't be any less than welcome. I remain here to disseminate information on the other residents, but if you're under such obligation, thus feel free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. The XIV tends to become a point of congregation in times of need. Crowded with those seeking solace and companionship, you have my personal gratitude if you would offer succor to those there. 90s movie where Sinblad played a... I remember this. I can't remember what movie that was. Oh, that was Sinbad. It just was titled Sinbad, wasn't it? I don't know. Like, also what Fruit of the Loom apparently never had a cornucopia in its logo. And I'm like, that's cap. But
It did.
Apparently they said they never have had a logo with a cornucopia in it.
They did.
I know they did. I know for a fact there was a cornucopia in that, but apparently, like, their logo doesn't. I don't know if it was a rebrand or what.
I have like a 20-something-year-old Fruit of the Loom shirt. It's got a cornucopia on the tag.
I don't know. Could have been also TikTok.
Let's be honest. Who wears Fruit of the Loom?
I don't know. I totally forgot they existed, honestly. That movie, the movie had to have existed. I remember it. I don't hate it. I hate the Mandela effect so much.
Do you actually remember it?
Yeah. A fruit basket. I thought it was a. I don't know. I always thought it was.
Yeah, the movie
Are
was.
you sure you weren't high at the time trying to write Elder Scrolls lore?
God. Michael Kirkbride, what a champ.
The Sinbad Genie movie was Shazam.
Sounds work about you spy no one appears to be in distress. Only just returned from Eulmoran, get to find the Crystarian moments from being set by sin eaters. Where are they coming from? This shouldn't be possible to restore the darkness. Well, that means there has to be a larger sin eater leading them. That's a fortunate coincidence. I always thought, yeah, it was the Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. That could also just be like misremembering, though. For a moment, we'll need to postpone such discussions in favor of action. The Crystal Exarch is preparing to display a barrier on the Crystarium as we speak. Ensuring he's able to do so should be our first concern. There are a number of instruments placed around the Crystarium that function as anchors for the barrier. I'm on my way to activate them now. In which case, 3 pairs of hands would be better than 1. Very well. Let's take the ones to the south. They'll deal with the northern apparatus, then handle the western 2. They are scaled and platforms extended from the upper level of the Aetheryte Plaza. Ugh. Human memory being incredibly humans are very unreliable narrators. We don't remember Jack. Like, oh, I'll remember this. Oh, hey, like you could go make a $2,000 purchase for like video games and stuff, and like, oh yeah, I'll remember this in 6 months for taxes. Why did I spend $2,000 at this store? It just happens. Lost TV remote. It was a perilous quest, wasn't it? I'm glad you found it.
Who uses remotes anymore?
I do.
Why?
What else am I going to use?
Almost all TVs nowadays have an app you can use instead.
I ain't
so much easier.
We've had discussions on why hooking shit up to apps is a bad idea. I mean, like, that's not wrong. You're not wrong. But also, I don't know. I don't necessarily like the concept of everything I own being just in an app, if that makes sense. Hell is
it just makes it easier when you're looking stuff up on your TV. You don't have to enter in the fucking letters one at a time.
Well, yeah.
You just pull up a keyboard.
Yeah. I think mostly it just comes down to like what's acceptable and what's not. I don't know. Like having your entire house, like every lock you have on an app, I don't think that's necessarily the best idea.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of those smart locks are super easy to break.
Yeah.
So like most of them you can open with a magnet.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't realize like how unsecure those things are.
Yeah, no, they're awful. Like I would never do that. What the hell is this? Oh, I have to go. Oh, okay, I know where. I have to go to the middle. Whoops. What if the app malfunctions? Yeah. What if somebody gets your login credentials? Grats, you're now trapped in your home. Like there's a certain level that I'm just like not willing to entertain going past.
A lot of the smart locks also have physical keyholes and keys.
Yeah.
Not all of them do. Not some.
Well, and locks, I mean, any person that's intent enough can break a lock. Like that's not to be like a fearmonger. It's just like you have to just be cognizant of that.
There's no such thing as an unbreakable lock.
No. I mean, as it turns out, sometimes a brick is the best key. Yeah, exactly. Such foreboding music for a segment that just takes so long to get through. I kind of dig it. someone learns lockpicking from lockpicking. Exactly. Like you can. What about those channels that like and they do it as a like, hey, don't. This is false marketing. This stuff is breakable. But there are people that can take that and just like, oh well, now I know how to pick this type of lock, right? But that you shouldn't necessarily censor that kind of content because it's calling out, hey, your product is kind of awful.
I love lockpicking.
No, he's great.
That other dude that's on TikTok and YouTube now that's like, you have this master lock. It can be opened with a master lock.
Oh, it's so funny. I've seen that. It's so funny. How do you handle that? Like, how do you realistically handle that? Like, does that not just do
recall?
Does that not just do damage to your company for putting out that product?
Well, yeah, he shits on Master Lock all the fucking time.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I think I've only ever seen him say one positive thing about Master Lock in like 80 or 90. He probably has more than 90 videos covering their locks.
Yeah.
He's only ever said, like, I can only remember him ever saying one positive thing about one of their locks.
And it was like one of the cheapest locks they make too.
That's so funny. That's actually funny.
Like all their high-end locks don't have impact resistance on them, which you would think you would put on a higher-end lock if, oh, you can just open this lock with, say, a hammer.
I mean, it's like the fucking case locks in retail stores.
Oh, yeah.
When I used to work at Target, you know how many people broke those open using hot dog forks?
Yeah.
Of course they did.
We had them at a...
No, they'd go to Sporting Goods, they'd grab a fucking weenie fork, they'd break the prongs off and jam them into the locks, and they'd be able to break the locks doing that and open up the cases.
So funny.
Yeah, it's just 2 blocks. It's a poor thing. No, even when I was working at the hardware store, we'd have people come through. It's like, hey, I noticed you locked this. I couldn't find the associate, so I just slid the lock to the side and got the generator out myself. It's like, oh, cool.
Well, I wonder. Well, stores can, I think, trespass you for that, or they can actually take action against you if you do that.
I would.
Like, because you're actually.
They don't take it out.
You're damaging property if you especially break them, like break the locks.
Oh, they didn't even break the lock. It's literally a lot of them. You can just slide them to the side, or a lot of stuff secure the side of the rack, so you can just get in between there too.
Yeah.
The thing about doing that is you're showing intent. Now, you came over the purchased item, but you're still showing intent that you can steal the item.
Right, it's business dependent, but they could honestly, like, they could pursue you.
You could be criminally trespassed for doing that.
Lena and the city guard have taken
or my favorite one with the Walmart here. With the they have a lot of the display locks or the like plexiglass screens in front of everything. I worked at that Walmart so long they never fixed it. Since I set up that display, you just pull the end of it off and it just slides off the fucking rack.
Classic.
I haven't worked at that Walmart in like 8
There's the old jean. Only one store that I know has them for their fucking expensive jeans. They have these rolling cages.
Actually,
if you push in the rolling cage and then just give a hard tug to the left, the lock just comes loose and the whole cage opens.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That sounds like that'd be really interesting, Raven. It sounds like you found a way to get that going for you. I gotta go disband the party. I'm gonna play as Dark Knight for a bit. Kind of bouncing between classes.
Oh. That's one of the things that, like, if I ever see anybody fiddling with any type of security device, whether it's a lock, a tag, or whatever, I'm not going to wait for you to get it off or open. I'm going to walk up to you and tell you to get the fuck out.
Right. I mean, that can showcase intent. It's very merchant dependent. Some merchants will just be like, yeah, just don't do that again. But some merchants could, at that point, trespass you, even if the lock didn't.
I have too many issues at our store. Like, I don't care what your intent is. I don't care if you hit the call button, noise responding. Once you start fucking with the tag, you're out of here.
Well, it's just basic lack of cognizance. What weapon and chess piece is that? I will tell you in 1 second. Lovely weather, just what we needed. Seems battle's already begun in earnest. Make haste. Engaging the sinners various across Lakeland system, defeating sinners before they're decimated. I think it's Gust Tongue. Is this the? It's the stupid bottle opener. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's Gust Tongue, the sword.
I think it's a PvP chess piece, yeah.
Yeah, it's Gust Tongue.
Yeah, so that's the Gust Tongue Dark Knight blade. And that is the Halone's Mail Offending from PvP. Is what this set is. It goes pretty hard.
Does it?
Yeah, actually. Give me my plunge.
That's like Baka could have a field day with the Walmart here. If you walk down the garden center, you can see how many times they had to re-weld the fence. Because people would like go out to the garden center, push a shopping cart full of shit out there, and like come back after the store closed and just cut the fence and pull the shopping cart out.
Well, we have a garden center at my store, and the moment somebody goes in there, I have them pulled up on cameras. Actually, I have 14 monitors in my AP office, and 4 of them are like, well, 5 of them are permanently on certain shops, but one of them is inside the outside garden center because there's an emergency exit out there that's really big for push-outs.
Yeah.
I remember I got pulled off garden center once because I did the baby AP. I was supposed to watch the entrances, but I couldn't actually make stops and stuff. But like, we had somebody just push like a cart out full of like 8 cases of beer and stuff, and it's like, well, what are they doing? They're supposed to be over at garden. Why aren't you staffing garden?
They do it all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's like...
When I was at the hardware store, I was working asset protection right before I left, and I told them also to go fuck myself. Working asset protection, I have permission to stop fucking customers as they come out. Fucking dude comes out, it's like, oh, this is how you treat my kind of people. He had a cart full of power tools, like close to $8,000 of fucking power tools.
Yeah, I'm a smartass. I looked at him like, yes, this is how I treat criminals. Get the fuck out of here. Leave the shit.
Yeah, no, he ended up breaking one of our fucking doors.
I don't have...
Fucking cart pusher out there didn't realize that he had stolen a shitload of tools from us and actually helped him load the tools into his car.
What an idiot.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
When you see a person walking from the contractor entrance of a store to the far other side of the parking lot, they're not doing legal things.
Rev, Discord's coming through, right? On stream?
Discord?
Yeah. Okay. I had to fuck with audio settings to make sure. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, no, it was one of those things like we had every fucking staff member on alert, like in the lot trying to find this dude, and the cart pusher's like, "Oh yeah, I just helped this guy load a shitload of tools. Take me like $20."
What a Chad.
Yeah, you just helped him steal like $5,000.
Wow. Did he get fired?
No, because the fucking cart pusher was like this 70-year-old dude.
Oh, okay, that's technically...
I don't understand why they would fire somebody for them.
Yeah, no, funny thing is, he parked his car underneath one of our light poles. Every single one of our light poles has a fucking 4K high-def security camera on it.
What a dingus.
Yeah, like, they're not even the hidden security cameras. They're like the old school, like, obvious box security
Oh, they're like fucking Payday 2 security cams. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them don't care if they're on camera.
Yeah, well, the fun thing is, it was like 2 hours and the tools were back in the fucking store because fucking PD
that's
late to his house and he had a garage full of stolen shit from like Lowe's.
when somebody gets caught stealing that much, that's grand theft. PD, that's one of the few times PD will actually respond.
Yeah, no, the total bust for what was in his garage was like $70,000 of stolen merchandise.
Jesus Christ. Like, that's a prison sentence. That's gotta be. Like, that is grand theft.
Well, I think theft 2 is a prison sentence, and theft 2 is $100 more.
Yeah, no, it was a bunch of flat screens, power tools, easily defensible stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
I wonder if Facebook Marketplace can be held liable for that stuff. I don't think they can. I think their terms of service allows them to be...
No, but they also got rid of Facebook Marketplace in a lot of areas, or don't allow stuff like that to be posted.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's like my area is considered a quote-unquote higher class area, so it's not really looked
That's
at.
why Craigslist Marketplace isn't a thing anymore.
I thought Craigslist was in the marketplace because everyone was just hooking up on it. It was actually becoming a public like safety issue.
No, they got rid of it because of crime,
Oh,
not people hooking up.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, like...
The joke was everyone was using it to hook up, but it was mostly being used by fences and
the
boosters.
J.O. Crystal Post that lives in infamy. Oh my god, that fucking dude. Craigslist at its finest. I love that Project Melody saw that recently. She tweeted about it.
that's the unfortunate thing about my area. You can't tell what's a fence post on Facebook anymore because it's not uncommon for people to move around. It's like, oh yeah, I don't feel like transporting these TVs. I'm just going to sell them dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like throw up any red flags of, oh, this is a like brand new 4K TV that's only like $2,000. Once it's only for $100.
Well, the other part of that too, and this happens a lot, is it could just been somebody had a failed restaurant or business. Just need to liquidate the stuff.
Yeah.
That was a big thing during COVID.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of those people got slapped with, it wasn't antitrust, but like a lot of people like reselling TP and stuff because TP isn't a commodity, it's a necessity, right? Because it was classified. Like they got in a lot of fucking trouble.
It wasn't a necessity, but a lot of jurisdictions started moving in on people reselling and they just start confiscating it.
Yeah.
And that's because I don't remember what they qualified it as, but they stopped qualifying as a luxury, but it wasn't a necessity.
Like it was like, yeah, it's not that like necessity is like, I can't even say rent anymore because apparently that's political now. Like not paying stupid amounts for rent is now considered political. I don't know, I can't even say that. Like it's food, like bread. Kind of need to eat to, you know, do your job and shit.
I'll say it for you. Landlords are leeches.
I will. Well, that's what I'm laughing about with like New York, for example. It's like because the governor actually did something right. It's like when they're cracking down on landlords, you can only have this many properties. You have to live in your properties for this amount of time a year. Yada yada. Yeah. Just breaking down a lot of landlords that literally buy properties to rent them out as Airbnbs in New York.
Yeah. Well, they pay for that shit on like HELOCs and stuff. They'll get a HELOC, pay it down enough, get another HELOC on a thing. It's just perpetual debt.
Yeah, it's one of those things like New York cracking down on it. Oh, how are we supposed to make money now? It's like being a landlord's not a job.
Have you? Hold up, I got this. Have you considered buying less avocado toast? Have you considered, you know, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and getting to work? Have you considered looking for a real job?
So, thing I laugh about, like the big thing with former generations, it's pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
They hate when you tell them that. They hate when you use that against them.
It's meant to be like, it's an impossible thing to do. You cannot physically pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah. But I had to use it a couple times in regards to like certain finance policies and stuff like that. Oh, well, we can't do this, you know, but it's like, well, you clearly should do that. And then just like, well, have you considered pulling yourself up with your bootstraps? I skip my lunches. Why can't you skip your lunches? Well, we can't do that. Well, I clearly did, and it's clearly legal. They hate when you tell them that stuff. They hate when you fire back with that. It's been very entertaining. I don't recommend it if you want to, you know, remain employed. But sometimes when you crack back with it, they just don't know how to respond.
Yeah. Business licensing guy did. I used to drive for Uber, but recently the local county court ruled that rideshare has to acquire a business license or affect everyone. Honestly, rideshare should have a business license. You are technically working for a business, and Uber doesn't technically have a business license.
That's weird if they don't, because that is
Airbnb should have a. There's hotel licenses out there. Yeah. Airbnb, if you're putting your house on Airbnb, you should have a fucking hotel license.
That should be incredibly fair. Or like at the very least, like say if it's a mom and pop looking for extra cash, you're allowed one listing, maybe two listings. Any further than that, honestly, you are subject to penalties and restrictions and needing a license. And if you're found to violate that, you're off the platform. Like, just make it heavy-handed. Make it like just no bullshit.
Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think Airbnb is one of the worst things to come out in recent years.
Honestly, yeah.
Because it just perpetuates the whole purchase properties to make money situation. Because that's the entire thing with Airbnb is people would, oh, I have this fucking summer home, I'm just going to rent it out 90% of the year and do that. And then it's like, well, I just made $500,000 this year renting my cabin out for the year. I'm just going to buy another cabin.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I could do with $500,000? Not even stupid shit, like go to Japan. Just like, cool, pay myself out of debt. Pay friends out of debt. That way it gives them a chance to actually, you know, live and progress. That's like, Vothri's fucking thing, huh? We're probably about to...
No, it's like there's a town in North Carolina. I can't remember where it is. It's near Chimney Rock. The entire, like, economy there is renting out cabins in the mountains for the weeks. a fucking cabin there is $1,000 for 3 days.
Wild to me, honestly.
I will not be outdone.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much money to be made. I mean, I called this, like, from middle school. Like, oh, yeah, if I want to make money, I'll just own property because people always need a place to stay. People always need a place to live. Lo and behold, you got people that just... And like, it's not all landowners. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's a buddy I have. Like, their mom has a second property, and they rent it out, and they try to be competitive. You can be a good landowner. The issue is the idiots that come into Spear and jack it up for everyone else, right? So, for instance, if I had 3 rental properties, right, and I was like, well, everyone's charging $2,000, why don't I charge $2,100? Because I think I have availability, and they don't, right? And then everyone else is like, well, I guess we got to raise prices to compete, and then it gets into this weird tit for tat because people didn't have any sort of like license or any sort of education going into this. They're just like, well, I'm just going to start charging this, and then they do. And they wonder why suddenly they're getting, hey, we're going to impose taxes and stuff on this. Which, that is the stupidest thing for this past year, in my opinion, because I have been calling for... So, you know that landlords, they'll do via Zelle... Some landlords, right? They'll do it via Zelle and stuff. Well, I need you to pay me like rent, but I will not take a check. I will not take cash. You must pay me in Zelle. You must pay me in other unspecified cash-like transaction app. And it's like, excuse you? Because they're trying to avoid taxes on it, right? If they do it by PayPal, if they do it by web portal and stuff, it's taxable. But if it's like by Zelle, it's a cash-like transaction. And, well, last year, it was like, well, going into 2024, this is going to be another, transitionary year for people that use Zelle and stuff. And it's like, no, stop catering to them. Come on now. They know how to do it. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money to set up a web portal. Force them to do it. Like, when you know what they're doing and nothing's done about it, that's the problem. Other than creditor money, I'm walking away. Exactly, but that's like, so people don't have that, or like their landlord would just suddenly be like, yeah, well, we used to do this, you're gonna start paying me by Zelle now. It's very, you can't do that. Like, as far as I'm aware, using something like Zelle, their terms of service says that you cannot use it for business transactions.
There's so many.
No, their entire thing was meant for, like, person-to-person,
Yeah.
like, familial.
Grandmama wants to send you $50 for your birthday. That.
Oh, I owe my dad like $100 for.
Technically, you can't even do it for groceries. It's just like, here, have money.
Oh. Yeah.
Which is why disputes in Zelle get really strange. Banui better not die. Collectively, probably had $3,000 in booze. Oh my god.
They turned on me.
They what? What? Oh, everyone else. Oh, her entire squad. That's a big one. Good guy, Thancred. Oh, he's hurting.
Well, you gotta think. Thanker just tanked that without any aether.
No. Like, that's all just physical.
This
Yeah.
is mine.
Going brutal. How about you? Sorry, I'm having to answer chat as much as I can. He can't do anything about that. He just has to watch this.
We need only hold out a little while longer. Reinforcements are coming, remember? The captain said so. We're going to be all right.
Yeah, because those are the ones that were next to Vothri, so he's got to be in the region.
Run, damn you!
The Warrior of Darkness has returned. The Bloody Knight has returned. So stay with me, eh? You can't go dying now.
That's its own form of torture.
God damn it!
Please let this work. Please let this work. No, no, no! Stay back! Stay back!
Help! Help! Anyone!
Why did you spare me? Why? What have I done to deserve this mercy?
I'm wondering if he's going to be the one to take Artane away from us.
Forward! If you can still hold a sword, follow me! Wounded to the rear! Weapons at the ready! Let's make this count!
The swords kind of piss me off from how the blade connects to the crossguard.
Fight and struggle. Seek salvation by your own hands. Though the losses be grave, endure them. Though the victories be hollow, claim them.
It was a really quick transition. I don't know how I feel about that transition. That was a really quick transition. There we go. These were driven them back for the time being, at least. Would have collected and are going to treatment now. Once they're ready to be moved, we help have them carry back to the Crystarium. That, of course, those whose bodies remain anyways. The others are helping to treat the wounded. I'm planning to assist in moving them, but even so, we simply don't have enough hands. I'm sure you're fit to fall over after what we've been through. Gods know I am, but if you could see a few of the patients, it would be an enormous help. Captain Lena's around somewhere. Might consider asking her if there are any other outstanding areas in need. We'll talk later. Ugh. I don't know. All I can say, shit's fucked.
I'm looking at that picture that Raven put up about all that alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell where most of the money that it would have been worth is in that listing. Because there's 2 bottles of Woodford, both Johnny Walker Black and Red Label. Big ass bottle of Saint Germain.
I don't know how to feel about that sequence. I think the ending of it was a little too abrupt. Like, I get what they're going for. I thought it was a little too abrupt. But overall, the sequence itself was great. That was only $50, Rev.
Yeah. $50. We don't have liquidation sales around here because everyone gets a bailout.
I don't know. I had a thought recently, and I think I told you this. It's a wild concept to consider. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat less, or I'm just not gonna eat to save money for like taxes and bills. Like, I get, like, don't go to Texas Roadhouse every night, right? Something like that makes sense. But when you have to consider, like...
How dare you?
Not eating...
I can't get out of bed without a blooming onion.
Well, that's so much salt, though. Rev, when did you get your blooming onion? You said you were going to get one.
I got one yesterday. That was delicious, too.
So much salt. I've never had one. Sounds like so much salt, though.
See, I hate blooming onions personally because I prepped them.
Oh. Yeah.
But they are delicious.
You have that special hatred for him.
2 things I will never eat if I can help it is a blooming onion, which the other day was a very specific circumstance because I haven't had one in so long.
Yeah.
And a rotisserie chicken.
I can't do rotisserie chickens.
I prepped them for a long time, so it just ruined it for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm trying to think what was ruined for me. I'm trying to, like, I don't know, because I used to prep a bunch of stuff at a couple of fast food jobs that I held. Not really anything has been ruined for me. I guess maybe, like, certain mac and cheese types, I guess, if it's like super rich, maybe. That's about no. Actually, Alfredo, like Alfredo pasta, has kind of been ruined for me. There's what?
There was an Aether current behind
No,
you.
I didn't even see it.
Spending a summer making corn dogs kind of got rid of the magic.
I believe it.
Oh, I did not see you there. Is there something you need?
The Nui.
Injuries are part and parcel of battle. While there's breath in my lungs, I shall see my duties done.
Alright,
Don't
we're robbing this
pretend you're
bitch.
not
Where's
of
her
the same
stuff?
mind. You fought well today. Saved a great many lives. Thank you. Unfortunately, this war is far from
Not
over.
fast if she can't prove it.
We must replenish our ranks and shore up our defenses.
But that's
before
Skyrim,
they
yeah.
attack again. Now, if you will excuse me.
Yeah, but then maybe the goats might rat on me. I'm about to kill the goats.
It's like that one quest
And the
where the
horses.
goat gets married to the giant. But sanguines.
Goat doesn't get married to the giant.
Oh no, I get sold to the giant.
You get sold to the giant, you gotta go get back.
That whole quest chain was wild.
I am fine.
You marry a hag, Raven.
Yeah.
Completely.
And then you kill your wife because she won't accept the divorce.
Better than fine. Hale and hearty and still
There's the
alive
survivor's
to
guilt.
mourn those who are not, who I failed to protect when they needed me most.
Yeah, just good old video game things.
Goddamn far. I could have sworn the end was in sight, and now,
This expansion is just like emotional damage, the
now
expansion.
they will never see it.
What did you tell him to quit being pussies?
There he is. I was expecting him.
The tragedy that has befallen you is of your own making. Divine retribution for your defiance. The heavens have bequeathed to you a benevolent savior, me. I offer you freedom from pain and suffering, a paradise where man and sin-eater might live in peace and harmony. Why already?
There's a guy who got an unfortunate nickname at work and he doesn't even know it. Just hired a guy to work out in our garden center. But he interviewed for an APS position. And he bowed out of the interview when my boss started telling him about the potential for violence because we get attacked all the time. Starts telling him, like, okay, well, you're at this job, you're probably going to get punched, people are going to pull knives on you. They might pull a gun, and like, as soon as they bowed out, it's like, okay, well, he's a pussy. And like, we saw him on camera the other day, started this shit, like, oh, look, that pussy's working today. Like, oh, God. Like, he doesn't even know it, but that's his new nickname.
So awful.
Normally people don't want the job because it doesn't pay as much as it should.
That's no job, though, to be fair. No job in my area is hiring for under 14 an hour. The minimum wage is $7.25.
Or we're actually paid the low, which is an issue that we really need to get addressed soon. We are making, out of all the loss prevention jobs in my area, we're on the bottom. Most places start off at 20 and cap out for my position at like $24, $25 an hour. My place is starting at fucking trying to start people at 16.
Nice to see that Thank could affiliate for me. They endanger themselves on my behalf, knowing that they are well looked after. Thank could protect sustained quite an injury from the Sin-Eater, because they were in Speaker still. Give them my thanks. No, the whole Vothri thing, that was just salt in the wound. Was fairly interesting. But no, like, no position is paid well. Like, when I worked at the financial institution, I should not be getting paid to just deal with people. Hey, how do I log into my online banking, right? I should not be getting paid more than people that have to, like, go up on telephone poles and, like, risk life and limb because they could, you know, get shocked and be out of job. Like, or the military. I think military should be one of the highest paying jobs ever. I mean, you could say I'm
Yeah,
biased.
being out of a job is the least of their worries. They get shocked out there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was one of my grandfathers. He worked for an electric company. He got like just over a telephone pole, like over wires, and just absolutely tangled and shocked. Like, it sucks.
Oh, you know what the job's called, right?
Officially or unofficially?
Oh.
I thought it was lineman.
It is a lineman.
Yeah.
And they are paid big bucks. They make 6 figures, like mid 6 figure. Like they make like 200-300 grand. Not mid, but that is a really well paid job.
Or even hard labor. Just like say, let's just take lineman out of the equation, right? Like hard labor that.
Oh, there's a difference between hard labor and skilled labor.
Well, right.
Linemen would be skilled labor.
Well, in my opinion, well, even then, like working at a financial institution, why am I making more than somebody that is breaking their back doing construction? That doesn't sit right with me. Oh, it's because I can tell people what a HELOC is and talk to people about credit and try to push them products. That's why you're going to pay me more than them? Seems a little fucked.
I made $9 an hour hanging drywall.
It's stupid. Like, that's so stupid.
I made fucking $7.25 sanding walls and doing the same shit for a summer.
With her, my attempts to reach out to her have the opposite effect. She's gone into Oratorium.
I fucking had to dig out the basement in the Veterans Hospital there in Boise one summer. We're working at a temp agency and they weren't paying shit.
Yeah. It's a problem. Like, and no one's making money. And I don't know. Like I've had this conversation because my parents lived through like they lived through the 70s, the gas crisis of the 80s, right? Lived through 2008, and I'm just like, when does this end? Like, if you guys want to cite your experience, that's fine, but when does this end, right? There's not really an answer for that. So it's fine to say, well, we had the gas crisis, we had the crisis 2008 happen. That's fine. One, we should have learned from this, but since we didn't learn from this, when does it end? And no one really has an answer. $7.25 an hour. Joke purposes, it's great.
Yeah. No, I'm
Fucking
the
minimum wage and
I guess I'm fucking Gen Z, I think. Fucking 2 jobs, still can't afford rent.
It's insane.
Fuck me, I guess.
I'm making I'm a decent amount with YouTube advertiser revenue, and I'm still having to go do other things. And technically, I'm technically doing 2 jobs already, Twitch and YouTube, right? And it's like, God, I always feel bad because the fat electrician works a full-time job. You have Badger might be full-time, but you have people that work full-time jobs and stuff, and I feel so bad because all I can do some days is just sit there and just God, I'm tired. And then I have to remember, I guess technically I'm working multiple jobs. Friendly bullying is different. That's different.
Yeah, me telling Kippy's a piece of shit every day is just normal.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Baka says I can't go anywhere without my helmet, right? Okay. I know he's joking. Or at the very least, he's poking fun. Being a friendly bully.
Am I joking?
See, that's why I redacted what I said. But that's different than Kip, you POS, why you keep pausing a video, right? That's different. It also helps with rapport and stuff. It's my fault. I know I jumped at the chance to help Lena, but it was my careless, and now it's my fault. What have I done? Promise to be right back, and yet here I am. I know that I need to be better. I'm allowed to be part of this because I'm an affiliate. I need to be more like her. All I do is mistakes, put others in danger. You're right. I can still help only by seeing those herbs safely to Chesimil. There are only 2 left on the list, but need to ask about this one. Looked high and low and can't find anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? Hate to delay any longer than I already have. Looking for something with soft leaves, very fragrant. It's an unmistakably medicinal way. I was told only need 2 sprigs or so. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to the Chesimil. Whoever gets there first can explain, but the other will be back shortly. Thank you. Appreciate the help. Hazing the rookie air nade. It depends on the situation. From a kitchen standpoint, we told people to go look for ice mix. Not gonna say we didn't.
We made people look for a left-handed spatula.
Exactly. Stuff like that is fine. I guess if it's done maliciously, right? I guess that's different. But I mean,
I don't know. We do have the interns looking for tire stretchers at work right now, and I don't think they are aware of what that is.
tire stretchers. That's a good one. Fuck. Getting pinned. Was promoted to corporal. I hear. Okay, that's a military thing though. Like I vaguely understand that it's like, yeah, you're just gonna get the actual pin in you. Like that's kind of an honor thing too. Like you made it. You have the ability to be given that pin. Like I that's different. It's not. You're not. What's a good way to explain it? Like you're not going and just punching somebody and be like, oh, I'm sorry, dude, it was just a prank, right?
Shark Week in college.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a buddy, fucking Bach, you remember Eric? Sometimes he just like didn't like actually like haul off and hit me, but sometimes he like just punched me, and it just like there was like there's a difference there. Like especially if you like asked to stop it, it's not like he was like wailing on me or anything. It's just like I don't know, it's just a weird interaction. Sometimes all it takes is also just like addressing the situation and just like, hey, maybe not. Like you have the ability at any time to say, hey, can you not? But like as long as it's playful, as long as it's, you know, you're not trying to dead arm somebody unintentionally, or if they've asked you not to, right? That's different. You go over here. I don't know, but he had a stroke of bad luck, to be fair. So I mean, some of that could probably make sense. Love jab. I mean, yeah, like that's why I don't want to meet Rev at some point, because he will actually just haul up and hit me in the ribs.
Or I'll push you down the stairs.
Exactly. No, see, you asked me to go crabbing, and you throw me over the boat.
Yeah. No. Kip, you gotta remember, I'm not gonna hit you in the ribs. I'm gonna hit you with this fucking claymore, though.
Well, that's why I gotta wear armor. Like I have to like.
You might have time to put armor.
Yeah,
on.
exactly. See.
Well, it's also armor is not going to help you if it's going to make your situation worse if we go crabbing.
So what I'm hearing is I need to hit Kip with the claymore when y'all go crabbing. So either way, he's getting fucked up.
I need to go. I want to go places this year. I'm gonna set some time aside this year and like do things. Like I want to go to the Pokemon Center out in Washington this past year, but life kind of got in the way. Not just my stuff, but other stuff as well. Like the long way to drive to wherever it is in Washington.
Don't bully people you barely know, friendly or not. I don't know. I was bullying Kip like my second day as a mod.
But that's kind of a read the room situation, right? Like if you have a colleague, right, and you're working in fast food, and you throw ice in the fryer at him. I bring this up a lot, but it really was kind of just an experience. And you guys could kind of laugh at it. They laugh at each other. That's different. If they tell you not to,
I draw a line at ice in the fryer because that's dangerous. That's very.
You're right on that one. Like that one you probably shouldn't do, and I can't advocate to do it. But it's the concept of just like calling someone just. How do I word that for Twitch? Calling somebody a like you cook like a fermented apple and just like watch their reaction, right? Or just make fun of them and like that's different. And you read the situation, see how they react. That's different in 100 Miles Apart. I really need to do more stuff for exercise because those sticks sound amazing, Raven. Boss actually tried to haze me for working for him several years by that point, and the new guy in the same time. New guy to sweep the floor, but I told the new kid, find me where the broom signs. Oh my god, when the dog. There was, I've gone over this before. There was the whole situation where we told one of our new guys to go find ice mix, and he went to another restaurant, and the other restaurant was like, actually, where you just ran out of ice mix, you're gonna go to this restaurant. And it was just a chain series of reactions until someone was actually like, okay, they're hazing you, go back. I think you got to like 4 restaurants.
I mean,
what a Chad.
I don't know if I told you the reason we have a meeting on Monday.
Oh no, what did you do?
We literally scared the shit out of somebody.
Amazing.
So a lot of the guys in my shop do airsoft still.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of airsoft grenades lying around.
Oh no.
So, new guy went into the stall to do his business, and we tossed an airsoft grenade under the stall door.
Oh no. God.
And now we have a company-wide meeting Monday.
Amazing. Be the reason for
Yeah.
company meetings. Reject modernity.
Our last meeting was because a guy ran over an old lady with a fucking online order cart.
Oof.
He was speeding and he had a bunch of soda stacked on top so he couldn't see over it. And it was fucked up was me and my other APS were actually on this chick. And he just ran this old lady over in the aisle next to the lady we're watching, so we had to break investigator status to go check on the old lady, make sure he didn't just kill her because he knocked her on her ass.
Yeah. I mean, that also just makes your job hard. Ice in the Fire is not friendly bullying. That's closer to chemical warfare. Technically, it is, yes, Jace, because you are dealing with a cold... You're dealing with a cold solid immediately, not necessarily vaporizing it, but there's a term growing from...
No, it is vapor. It's a steam explosion.
Yeah, you're effectively throwing tiny grenades at people. I look fondly back on it. It's like how I look fondly back on Xbox Live, but say this never needs to happen again. That same thing. Like, don't throw ice in fryers.
Y'all are throwing tiny grenades at people. We're throwing.
Grenades at people. Go ahead, the XR. God, that was Return to the Coal Mines. Probably not. That's where you get Centralia. Centralia 2.0 2024 Boogaloo. God,
I'm gonna have to wear a body cam on
that would
day.
suck.
I'm gonna have to put my memory card in my body camera. I want to record this fucking meeting one day.
Please record this. This sounds like this would be fucking amazing. Just actually,
I kind of wish I didn't grab the footage.
Just ask your boss to. Well, your boss is on Reddit.
Well, see, it doesn't help that the oldest guy in my shop is 36.
God, there's so much shenanigans.
So, like, worst part is I went to college with a lot of the guys in my shop. So we're all like former frat boys, just working in an automotive shop because we all dropped out of college.
Yeah, that's the best mix. That's how shenanigans happen. Thank you, Russ.
I mean, there was the Nutbuster tournament.
Oh no.
We had this guy named Mike a while back.
Oh no.
And he was one of those. He deserved every bit of bullying we gave him because he was a dipshit. It became a game of how many times can we hit Mike in the nuts in a single day.
No.
Yeah, probably not as much as he deserved.
Oh, the issue with that is that
our record was 37 times.
Jesus Christ. The issue with that is that goes to sexual harassment with HR real quick. Like that gets real up there real quick.
My friends.
Yeah.
With
no,
your aid,
37 times in a single day.
That poor man. Sounds like he deserved it.
Oh, he did. Every bit of it. Well, he was one of those, like, he's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. He'd fuck something up. Why didn't you ask for help? I thought I knew what I was doing. He's like, you should have asked for help.
Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, just ask. It's fine. Like, there's a certain point where, okay, you've asked 20 times. You should probably know how to do this, but...
Though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
Sassy boy has returned.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid...
Got real accurate over the cross stick, though.
Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone. For each we saved,
What?
another perished.
Give me some flight deck? Uh-huh. It shows it 3 hours later in a base truck with an 8x8-foot piece of aluminum. Oh my... Oh no. Oh no, someone's about to have a meeting for that, Raven.
If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe. Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us.
Alpha is way too trusting of the Crystal
As for
Exarch.
the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Lightwarden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power.
No, that was the thing. Oh no.
He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command.
If he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
How does that work, though? Actually, what if your senior officer or superior officer? What if they tell you to cut out a 2x2 section of the general's lawn and put it in his parking spot, and then you do it? Do you get in trouble, or does your SO get in trouble? How does that work? Like, how does the blame chain work here?
You both get fucked in that situation. You get fucked for doing it. Your SO gets fucked for telling you to do it.
Okay, so it is a.
You are technically allowed to refuse orders if they're illegal.
But it's not illegal. It's just dumb.
It's vandalism.
Yes.
I guess that's fair. I guess I could see that. Grass wouldn't fly. Both, I'd imagine. I would assume so, yeah. Like, you couldn't be like, well, I was told to do this. Okay, but you're also a cognizant human being. I would assume.
I take it your meeting in Eulmore did not end well.
You could say that.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience, nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
No, you are legally allowed to refuse orders from a commanding officer if it's illegal or against military law.
There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Lightwarden in Calusia?
We got one spot left in this expansion. Roll this area.
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Eulmoran. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
So we gotta go back south again. This is probably where we're gonna go over that bridge.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks. And with no guarantee of finding anything.
I lost my tracking where you were on my MSQ list, so I wanted to refind that in a minute.
I can just tell you in a minute once I'm out of cutscene.
That's what I was. I'm on stream. I'll just look it up there.
Probably gonna shitpost Helldivers after this. I'm gonna get to a good stop point.
Of primordial light, do they not?
Yeah.
You're anything found in lesser sin eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a sin eater from miles away? Surely a warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Eulmoran, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do. I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now.
Smooth move.
The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one. Both body and soul.
Unless they have no strategic value. Interesting.
To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armorang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
This face. God damn it, Emmett. Oh, that is... We're at the best way out in terms of quest chain. The only way for like, chance to come with us. Emmett is in fact just a shitter. This is correct. I need to message you, Talk. I need to see if he's going to get on and play Hellbringers or if he's actually going to be boring again and not. Hi.
This might actually be a good stop.
Honestly, this feels like a good stopping point from everything.
You're about to get into another beginning of a quest line.
Yeah. I'm going to probably stop there then because like that was a really good stopping point with a reveal. So that will be it for 14. What do you mean? What do you mean go back? I saw you, yes. I'll go back to Emmett, right? I forgot his name.
Yeah, you can talk.
Yeah, what are the rare appearances? Like he's actually here. It needs to happen. Which is why, like, where am I going? Into the Crystarium? Like, where am I going? Because there's nobody here.
If you talk to the
gatekeeper. Okay. Oh yeah, there he is. Will you ever grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask me, ask. What about Zodiark? So for Zodiark's creation of my people, the first people, we summoned him as your crown might summon a primal. I'll put an infinitely more powerful one. Like one of your primals, he tempered us. It was only natural. There is no resisting such power. And so we Askians came to use it solely to bring about the rule of darkness, his darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it. They'd be absolute fools. There's only if you expect giving their innate ability to conceive the nature of our universe. But I believe I am repeating myself. Trust me, speak honestly. And do you hope to catch me in a lie? Really, I have no need to deception. Even if I did, I assure you, you would find it quite indistinguishable from the truth. I love this man. So I could see it potentially getting into a how do you break tempering? How do you break someone from tempering? Like, I could see that being a plot point that gets addressed and brought up. But, yeah, this was fun. This was great. I will have to resume this in the next MSQ stream because we did a good chunk of it today. Probably gonna go play Helldivers, so if you're on stream, bear with me for just a second here while I'm gonna go get a drink really quick and stuff. But thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.